A record share of 40-year-olds have never been married.
40-year-olds have never been married?
As of 2021, 25% of 40-year-olds in the United States have never been married. But in 1980, it was only 6%.
And now it's how many?
25.
Dude, they're all just holding off. They're waiting for the AI goggles so they can have a girlfriend, so that they can have the 3D experience.
Man, this 2D porn is just it's not doing it anymore.
Why?
Where is the 3D? She's moved left to right for so long. I'm just ready for her to move my way. While many unmarried 40-year-olds are living with a romantic partner, most are not. In 2022, 22% of never married adults aged 40 to 44 were cohabiting. So of the people that are unmarried, 22% of them were living with somebody, but most were not.
It's almost like we are a generation who has lived in front of screens, and this is the result.
Yeah. I mean, even
feel better
with like dating apps and stuff. Like the bad part of finding somebody, the actual having to. I mean, the bad part of relationships, which is the part where you have to actually find somebody.
Yeah,
they've gamified that. Like they've turned it into like a
it's a psychological warfare.
Reward pleasure seeking,
so they can monetize it.
Yeah,
they've monetized finding somebody to marry.
Right. So your brain gets in this mode of like, I want the next thing. I want the next thing. I want the next thing.
Honestly, it is the hardest thing for me to even get my brain into that, because I literally came right before that happened, and I wouldn't have even used it. I swear to you, I think that I would have stayed single before I would have got on one of them. I guarantee you.
I don't think I would have tried it initially, but I think if I didn't find somebody as I got older, I think because that's why I don't begrudge people.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's me. Like, for some reason, that's just my brain.
And I'm sort of like that, I think, but just to a less degree. Where at some point I would say, okay, well, maybe I'll try it. It sounds like. This is how we're different, because eventually I would say, I mean, it does sound kind of fun. I could give it a shot. And then hopefully it works. And then just try my best not to get addicted to it. But I think I would have hated it, because I would have hated meeting people on there and then like going out. I would have not liked meeting someone and then going on a date with them. I would have just wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
Or like with a group of people or something.
I know, that's what I mean. It's just a weird. I think I'm saying the way that I view relationship stuff, I don't think that it's compatible with 100%. The person who would be on there.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just.
Now, so somebody might say, well, why does this have to be a bad thing? Why are we treating this like a bad thing? We're not even entertaining that this could be fine.
Of course
We're just saying it's bad. So somebody could be watching this and say,
I'm 40 years old, I'm not
what's the big deal?
Yeah.
To me, the big deal is that if you could look and say, well, look, people are happier now than they've ever been because they're not married, then that might be, maybe you could at least make an argument. But according to a recent CNN article that I found,
yes,
which I'm sure they were not super thrilled to have to promote this.
So the numbers might be fudged.
American happiness hits record lows. So they check every year and they found, the people are more sad than ever. Oh. Now they attribute it to COVID.
That they put the death toll on there all for 3 years.
No. The actual virus itself, not the media marketing of it.
Okay, great.
Not the lockdowns.
Okay, no, it was just the virus.
It was the virus itself.
Okay.
So that's good. What do you think about that?
It's just not, if you're a 40-year-old out there and you're not married, okay, like, I'm not saying this about you. I'm just saying if you look at a cross-section of like a society where there's a ton of people who aren't married in their 40s.
Yeah.
That is a society. I don't care about your happiness. I don't care about anything. It's just that metric alone. That is a declining society.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the happiness factor.
Because even just on like a purely like physical level,
that's what I'm saying.
You're going to population problem eventually.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think that getting married, it's like, even if you get like, you selfishly want a relationship. The selfishness of that puts you in a position where you have to learn to be selfless in order for the relationship to work.
Right.
In the same way that having kids flips a switch in your brain that is there, but that isn't triggered until you have kids. There's also a switch in your brain that triggers when you get married.
Yeah.
And it's when you flip that says, oh, in order to be a good spouse, I have to get over a bunch of my bad habits.
Yeah. Right.
And obviously, in order to, to have kids in a healthy environment where they feel secure and like there's stability in their life, it makes sense for the parents to be married. So it's not surprising to me to find out that this is the case, that fewer people are getting married because, yeah, society seems more sad.
Yes, they do.
It's not always this way, but when I am out and about just on the streets of Nashville, sometimes it just feels weird out there.
Oh, dude. It's been that way for 3-4 years.
Yeah. And I do attribute part of that to COVID, for sure. That part of it. But I don't think that you can say, oh, well, everything was good until COVID came along and now everyone's sad because of the aftermath of that.
I don't know. It just feels like it's just, to me, it feels like that weird feeling is just strictly because of phones.
You think so?
People are using screens way too much and almost forget how to deal with people in real life. That's what it feels like to me. There's just this weird aura, as we've said on a message that probably hasn't released.
We're getting ahead because Kelly's about to have the baby.
Yeah.
So who knows what videos are coming out.
I don't even know.
They're really funny, though.
They're
are.
Those episodes were good.
I was crying. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I just think there's this aura around just people, and there's not that electrical connection between people anymore because their electrical connection is with their cell phone, and that's just the way that's the life we've chose to live. As soon as we typed in Facebook.com for the first time and signed up, it wasn't that way with MySpace. And I remember telling my friends they were all getting on Facebook, and I said, again, Josh, gut feeling. Back then, I was the last one to get on Facebook, and I told them, I said, guys, don't get on Facebook. I don't know why. I don't even know why I thought that. Everybody got on, and I was like, I guess I'm going to get on.
You know what it was that, and honestly, I think this is why MySpace didn't last, because MySpace was a social network for what life used to be like before the internet. And so it had to die because society changed.
Yeah, and so Facebook was the changed society's version of MySpace.
Yeah, much more decentralized. It was much more about
the individual group experience, like your friends' experience.
It was you getting online, not to like find new people. It was about you knowing the people that you knew, and now it was online. Now I'm not saying that MySpace was good. I'm just saying it was better than the other ones. Like, the idea of like, oh, I have my top 8. And you would like rearrange, oh, I'm good friends with it, or oh, I got a crush on this girl, so I'm going to put her in my top 8. I don't think any of that was healthy. No. And I think it was indicative of what was to come.
Yeah.
But at least it was like the last time that you went and hung out with people in real life, and then you went home and you just talked about what had happened in real life. Now the internet is real life, and it dictates what happens in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's reversed.
It's reversed.
It's
sick.
Up.
And nobody's married.
And nobody's married because of it.